welcome to my very first video of 2017. I got a lot of plans for this year, and I hope you stay tuned for all of them because it's supposed to be a lot of fun. Not just makeup related videos, but any kind of videos. This is my New Year's new made foundation routine. So it's kind of updated from how I used to do my foundation, and I like this method a lot better. So I hope you can take tips and apply it to your makeup and take your makeup looks to the next level. So see you soon. I'm just going to start off with a little bit of color correct from LA Girl, and this is orange to counteract the darkness. So I'm just going to place it everywhere that I get a little bit of darkness. Just here. And I think that's it. I'm just going to blend it out with this orange Real Technique sponge. It's actually a foundation brush, but I use it as a concealer brush. And actually this brush is meant to like wipe, but I actually don't use it for that. I just use it as like a buffing motion. But yeah, do whatever works best for you. After I prime my skin and color correct, now I use Airspun translucent powder, and Airspun translucent powder is actually really white, so I actually put some stuff in here to make it darker to fit my skin complexion better. If you want to see exactly how I did it, make a video and show you. So I'll just take some and tap some in top of the lid so you can see all that smoke and stuff, and then I'll just dip this little cotton pad in there, and then let me open this mirror up and brush out some of the excess. And wherever I get oily at, that's where I just take it and brush powder on it. And try to like press the powder into my skin so that it'll really like stop me from getting super oily by putting the powder into my pores before putting the makeup on. So now I'm going to take some LA Girl in the color Fawn. And this is where I kind of changed my concealer technique. Instead of putting on foundation first, I actually put on the concealer first. And I changed the shape of it a little bit. So I smile, and you can see like where I have this. I want that to be highlighted. Not a lot, but just a little bit. So I just use whatever's left on there. And then I'll squeeze some out. And I'll put some concealer right underneath my eye. Bring it around. I'll stop it right here at the end of my eye, because if you bring it out there, it makes your face look wider, and I already have kind of a wide face. Now I'll add some right there. I'll add some right there, right there, down the bridge of my nose, and onto my forehead. I'll kind of like stop it. I'll stop the concealer like right in the center of my eyeball. So now I'm going to take this Real Techniques brush and start to spread it wherever I want it to. I'm not really blending it out yet. I'm just putting it where I want to. So for my foundation, I want my face to look like longer and skinnier. So I'm at my concealer. So I actually bring it all the way down so I can bring more attention to this part of my face instead of the outside of my face. So I bring it here, and I bring it a little bit on to my nose, so that way it like sucks my nose in. It makes my nose look a little bit slimmer. So now that I'm done using the Real Technique foundation brush, I'm going to use a Real Technique sponge. I actually kind of sort of like this more than a beauty blender, I guess, because it's unique shape. And now I'm just going to blend it out into my skin and make sure there are like no rough edges. And now that you see I have my concealer on, and I bring all the attention to the center of my face by my forehead, stopping it in the center of my eye, and bringing it down the brim of my nose, and bringing it into my nose to make my nose look slimmer once I finish the contour. Stopping my highlight right here at the end of my eye, bringing it all the way down to my mouth and a little bit on my chin, and all the attention is in the center of my face now. I get really oily and creased up. So before I place the foundation, I'm just going to take some more of the Airspun on the Real Techniques brush, powder brush, and set everything. I don't know if you can see, but this stuff is really powdery. You might be able to see it. I don't know if you can, but yeah, it's like everywhere right now. People tap off the excess off their brush with like banging it on the container they're using. And I pull up my, real quick, I pull up my forehead because I have a really wrinkly forehead, so I like to take the wrinkles out by lifting it up by my hair and just tapping the powder into my concealer. But well, I forgot what I was saying, so yeah. Oh yeah, I was saying I don't like to tap my brush off on the container like most people do, because I start putting dents in the brush. So I'll either use my hand like that or I'll just blow on it. I'm done with all of that. I'm gonna take my Lock-It foundation by Kat Von D, and this is really full coverage and I like it. And I just use this Sonia Kashuk brush in number 114, and I just use this brush to tap the foundation where I want it to be, and I put it over top of the concealer because it like tones the concealer down. That's the reason I do the concealer first now, because some people put it on last, the concealer on, and it comes out too light, so this will stop it from being too light. And yeah, so I put it where I want it to be, then I use the Real Technique sponge or a beauty blender, and I just tap it in, just like this. And this is why I like the Real Technique sponge, because the flat end, and it gets like right under your eye. I know that's what the pointy part is for, but I just like using a flat end better. Now I have finished the foundation and the concealer. Now I'm just going to set the foundation using this Laura Mercier powder and my, I'll just drop my foundation, and my Morphe G0 brush. So I'll just tap some of that Laura Mercier powder into the cap, and I'm just going to brush it around onto my skin. Put a lot on my forehead just now by accident. When you're when you set your face first, powder makes it easier to blend and mix other powders. So sorry. So just like you set your eyelids before you actually start your eyeshadow, when you set your face, if you contour with powder. Now I usually don't bake. I've stopped baking just for the simple fact of, I don't know, I just stopped because I feel like setting my face with all that other stuff, I didn't need to bake as much. But for the sake of the video, I'll bake under my forehead, on my forehead, because my forehead gets the oiliest, and my nose. So I'll put some powder on those two spots, and that's it. And I'll like really like pack my nose with powder because my nose gets really oily. Just to stop, just because I have extra in my lid, I guess I can bake under my eyes a little bit. And where else? Wherever you get lines at, you might want to bake there. So like my forehead gets a lot of lines, and get a lot of lines under my, right here under my lip, between my top lip, my bottom lip and my chin. So I'll put some there. And yeah, wherever you feel like you need it, wherever you get lines or wherever you get oily, you want to put powder. I'll just put from there, there, that's it. Alright, so makeup brands haven't really came up with like a powder bronzer type of thing for dark people to contour with. So I use this dark matte shadow from Sephora brand, and it's called Coffee Break. I use this brush because it's like tapered, and it's like, I don't know, I just like it. I just suck in my cheeks and start at the top of my ear and stop at right where my eye is, and like this. Bring some of this color into my face. Bring it up to my temple, just a little bit. Bring it, use the spare to bring it down and around my face. Bring it all around. And I'll use some, and I'll suck in my jaw, that, and I'll contour my jawline a little bit, not too much. Some people go overboard. Now, I also have like a little shadow under my bottom lip. So just to embrace that, I'm gonna take some, oh, by the way, I got this brush from, it's by Wet n Wild, and it's like a taper eyeshadow brush, I think. I guess it's for blend in, but I use it for contour because I don't really like the shape of it. And I got it for $1 holla, doing it at the Dollar Tree. So y'all better go get y'all one because it's only $1. $1.07 plus tax. But I'll take some of that contour color, contour the bottom of my lip, just to embrace that little shadow I got. I don't know what the heck my neighbors are doing, but I haven't been recording all this time, and then the one time I do start recording, they're making noise. But I don't want my nose contour shape to be as dark, I guess. So I like to put some powder on here, brush it off, and then swipe it on the back of my hand to get some of it off, and then go in and use it. And I'll start like follow my eyebrow, and I'll start like put the brush right in between my eyebrow, and wherever the brush is, I'll make my mark and go straight down from there. And I like to go straight down. So now I'm going to go back to my Morphe G0 brush and brush off that extra powder that I used to bake. And put it all off. And then this thing I've been using as a mirror, it's actually a Laura Mercier powder thing. And it's only been out for like a month or two. And it looks like this. And it's called the Candle Glow Sheer Perfection Powder. So basically after you're done your makeup, you just want to tap into this powder like this and tap off some of the excess, which is really no excess, but you still want to tap it off a little bit. And the brush is out a really sheer color, so you can barely see it. It's just supposed to make your makeup look airbrush, photo finish, perfectly smooth, you know, all that good jazz. So I'm going to stick my brush into this BH Cosmetic palette. I'm probably going to use maybe this color right here, and I'm just going to dip my brush in there a little bit, tap off the excess, smile, and I'll use a light hand. So you want to grab the brush grab the brush as close to the tip as you can. So use a really light hand and just brush wherever you want it to be. I like it. I'll just take a little bit more because I barely put anything on there. And take that and highlight your cheek. And I'll just highlight my cheek and a little bit on my Cupid's bow. There is the completed look. I hope you guys like it, and I hope you can take some of the methods. Oh goodness. Hope you can take some of the methods that I use in my foundation routine and apply it to yours, and we can all slay together. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.